In 2023, over 1.9 billion adults worldwide were classified as overweight, and nearly 400 million people were diagnosed with diabetes, most of them due to poor dietary choices. Yet, the food industry continues to feed us products that only worsen these conditions. We've been led to believe that convenience, sugar, salt, and fat are the key to happiness. But in reality, they are slowly poisoning us. In this video, we'll not only explore how the food industry has led us down this path of sickness and addiction, but more importantly, we'll discuss how we can break free from it. It's time to rediscover the purpose of food and learn how we can nourish our bodies mindfully, naturally, and sustainably. Food. It's supposed to be simple, a source of energy, a way to sustain life. But in today's world, food has become something else entirely. Look around. We are surrounded by options, flavors, colors, packaging, each one claiming to be more irresistible than the last. We've turned food into something more than a fuel, more than nourishment. More than 40 major cuisines worldwide, thousands of dishes in each cuisine, millions of restaurants serving endless options on every corner 24/7. But what if I told you this abundance is an illusion? Today, the food industry is global powerhouse, valued at over $8 trillion. That's more than GDP of most countries. It promises convenience, taste, and excitement, and it's only growing. But as we dig deeper, a question comes to mind. Has the food industry really served us, or have we been serving it? Chapter 1: Origin of Food, the Game of Hunger. Let's rewind for a moment. Imagine we are going back in time, far before supermarkets, fast food chains, or even agriculture. For early humans, food was simple: hunt, gather, and eat to survive. Every meal was about sustaining life and providing energy to keep going another day. Nature's design was elegant. Humans ate to survive, and food was a direct connection to the environment around them. Back then, food had a clear purpose. It wasn't about flavors, brands, or indulgences, it was about survival and balance. But as civilization evolved, so did our relationship with food. As centuries rolled by, food became a central part of human identity. Chapter 2: From Nourishment to Industry, the Rise of Agriculture. When agriculture entered the scene, things started to change. We weren't just hunting for the next meal anymore, we were cultivating it. This shift allowed human societies to grow, creating stability and paving the way for cities, trades, and complex agricultures. Agriculture marked the beginning of food as a tool for more than survival. We formed tribes, villages, and cultures, all centered on the daily quest to conquer hunger. But fast forward to the Industrial Revolution, and that's when everything changed. For the first time, we weren't just producing food, we were manufacturing it. Canned foods, packaged snacks, and preservatives changed what we ate and how we ate it. Food was no longer just sustenance, it became a commodity. To feed the world, agriculture scaled up, and we began producing food on massive level. But quantity came at a cost. Focus shifted from quality and care to efficiency and profits. Chapter 3: The Downfall: How Food Became a Big Business. So, as technology advanced, food companies discovered something powerful: taste. They began engineering foods to be irresistible, packaging them with salt, sugar, and fat. The bliss point that makes us want more long after we are full. Food became addictive. Our plates were filled with calories, but we starved for nutrients. Today, the food industry has perfected the art of making us crave, even obsess over what we eat. Bright colors, fun shapes, tantalizing flavors lure us in. Foods that barely resemble anything natural are sold to us as the ultimate convenience. But there's a catch. These foods are loaded with empty calories, chemicals, and preservatives. They are designed to be consumed quickly, and they don't keep us full. Today, nearly 60% of average diet in places like US consists of ultra-processed foods. It's no surprise that obesity, diabetes, and heart diseases are on the rise. Our health is declining while food companies profit off our cravings. This isn't just a matter of personal choice anymore. It's a system designed to make us dependent on food that harms us. Chapter 4: 2025 Food Landscape, a disaster in making. So let's look at how we arrived where we are today in humanity's food journey. In Stone Age, it was all about overcoming food scarcity through hunting. While we solved key problems, we only created new problems. From Stone Age to agricultural revolution to industrial revolution and eventually to the modern era. We've gone from scarcity to abundance, from quality to quantity, eventually leading to modern day health crisis. As we move towards 2025, food is everywhere, yet true nourishment is scarce. Our streets are lined up with restaurants, our phones filled with food delivery options. But look around, are we really eating? Or are we just consuming? Chronic diseases are at an all-time high, directly linked to what's on our plates. But why? Why do we do this to ourselves? Chapter 5: Rediscovering the Purpose of Food, the Indian Way. So, what would it mean to go back to basics? To strip away the marketing, the chemicals, the endless options, and return to food as it was meant to be. Before westernization swept through, Indian food practices were rooted in ancient wisdom. Every meal was prepared with balance and purpose. Seasonal fruits, local grains, pure ghee, all carefully chosen and thoughtfully combined to sustain both body and mind. It wasn't about instant gratification, it was about harmony with nature. But look around today. Has our modern food industry really nourished us, or has it merely fed our cravings? Ancient texts from Vedas remind us the importance of mindful eating. Eating with intention as an offering is said to cleanse both body and mind. Ayurveda, in fact, took it further, treating food as medicine. Every spice, every portion, every meal was a deliberate act of balance. For centuries, India thrived on these principles. Our food wasn't just what we ate, it was how we lived. Maybe the path forward isn't to reject modern food entirely. Instead, it's to reconnect with the principles of why we eat in first place. To see food as a source of life rather than a product of industry. Chapter 6: The Path Forward. First Principles. So how do we break free from the cycle of addiction and unhealthy choices? The answer lies in first principles. The feeling of hunger. It all comes down to hunger. This primordial urge which once led us to hunt for survival, has now been distorted by an industry that profits from our cravings. By understanding these first principles of hunger, we can begin to reclaim our health and well being. We start by simplifying, by choosing foods that nourish us instead of just filling us, by cooking more and eating out less, by asking ourselves, does this food truly serve me? So, here are the three things that we can do. First, understand hunger. True hunger is different from craving. It's the body's natural way of telling us what it needs. But to listen, we must first silence the noise of processed foods. Second, the energy game of body. Food is energy, our body is fuel. When we understand this, we see that real energy comes from whole, simple, unprocessed foods, not sugary snacks and packaged meals. Third, mindfulness. Pause, taste, and reflect. Eating mindfully is about more than just slowing down, it's about respecting each bite as a gift from nature. The change doesn't have to be radical. Small choices like eating whole foods, drinking water over sugary drinks, and savoring our meals can make all the difference. And for every meal we eat mindfully, we reclaim control of our health, one bite at a time.